Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
A rainy night here in central Illinois. You can see the drops on our roofing dog on that Bratcher weather camera in Champaign. And I'm telling you, it's a good thing we weren't a few degrees cooler because this would be snow, but it's not. It's 37 in Champaign. It's actually 45 in Effingham. A little bit of a wind chill, making it feel closer to the freezing mark. Here's the rain. You can see the bulk of it now starting to push to the east. Lighter activity now for areas closer to I-55 near Springfield. But I think over the next several hours, we will still see some of the rain around. And then we have to look out for some fog out there tonight that could develop as well. All right, the rest of the week looks pretty good. We'll tell you about a drier stretch of weather that's coming our way when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
This is now between him and God.
A mother is finally at peace after her daughter's killer was convicted. How she's moving on more than a decade later.
Plus, a recount's been agreed to in a race for sheriff that happened nearly 2 years ago. What's stopping one county from recounting nearly 40,000 ballots?
I look back and I think, how did I even survive?
After losing her baby 5 days after he was born, these parents are making sure others can make it through something that difficult.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
I thought I was prepared to hear guilty, and when I heard it, it was surreal. It was almost like I was dreaming it.
And after dreaming of that moment for more than a decade, justice for her daughter finally became a reality. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Holly Casano's mother says she is ready to move on. Her 22-year-old daughter was murdered in her Muhammad home in 2009. Michael Henslick will likely spend the rest of his life in prison for the crime. Casano's mother says she took the weekend to process that. Today, she reached out to us, wanting to share her thoughts. WCIA 3's Erin Eads sat down with her.
Tony Casano has worn this sweatshirt for years. Suddenly, it isn't accurate anymore.
It is weird. I mean, you would think after 10 years, this should have been done earlier.
And even though that decade without justice came to an end,
we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder.
Casano says the last 4 days in court were some of the hardest, not just for her.
It was my family seeing those pictures. The last picture I have of Holly in my head was the picture of her laying on her floor. And that's what I saw every night before I'd go to sleep. And now it's what everybody else sees.
Everybody else also saw Henslick confess to the crime.
Did you kill her or not? You did. How? Where?
Investigators didn't buy his whole story. Casano says now it doesn't matter.
We know his fantasy. We don't know reality. If you listen to his confession, he packed it all in a box, in a little box, and it stayed there for all this time. He still hasn't brought everything out of the box.
She says that wasn't just difficult for her daughter's friends and family to hear. Henslick's family had to hear it too.
I gave them hugs and told them I wasn't upset with them, that this wasn't their fault. They are hurt, they are shocked, they are confused. Please give them the space that they need to process and accept what has happened to their family.
But if you're watching this now, there's a good chance you heard about the trial's gruesome details, and there's something Casano wants you to keep in mind.
Those aren't the memories that I want for my daughter. I want the smiles, I want the happy hugs, the playing with babies. That's what I want people to remember Holly for.
That was Erin Eads reporting. Now, if you followed Holly's case over the years, Casano wants to thank you for your support.
Here's an update. Voters in Edgar County have 2 opportunities to hear about a proposed tax to save the county's jail. The Edgar County Jail has been closed since December 1st. An insurer refused to provide coverage for the jail after a number of safety and hygienic concerns went uncorrected for years. County board members voted in December to place a 1% sales tax on the March 17th primary ballot. They hope more money can improve the facility. Taxpayers can hear about the proposal at 2 meetings. One is Thursday at Prospect Bank in Paris. The other is March 2nd. We have new information about the recount in the 2018 Macon County Sheriff's election. The clerk's office is waiting to find out when it might have to recount over 40,000 ballots. Tony Chubby Brown ran against Jim Root in 2018. Brown was elected sheriff by 1 vote. Both parties agreed to a hand recount last month. There was a county board meeting last week to get the county clerk's office to pay for it, but there were only 14 board members at that meeting. It needed 14 votes to pass. The chairman pulled the resolution. The Macon County clerk is unsure if this will be back on the agenda during a special meeting or sometime next month. Lawmakers and stakeholders from across the state are preparing for Governor Pritzker's budget address this week.
On Friday, we told you about the governor's plan to save the state millions by refining state agencies. Now, groups are saying some parts of that plan wouldn't be beneficial at all. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin is live in our Capitol newsroom. So, Gabrielle, what do they disagree with?
Well, Jennifer, Governor Pritzker says that he's asking the Department of Employment Security and the Department of Labor to consider merging. Now, groups representing businesses across the state say that they don't see a point in doing that. The Department of Employment Security has the task of keeping track of employment around the state, as well as making sure that people get their unemployment checks. Now, the Department of Labor makes sure that amusement rides are up to standard and labor laws are being enforced by employers. Joint employers in Illinois say this move would add an unnecessary layer of government to employment security.
The Department of Employment Security has been one of the best-run state agencies in history, and it's supposed to be a fair balance between employers and employees, and we're concerned about putting it within the Department of Labor. Politicizes it a little bit regardless of what administration's in control, and so we think Department of Employment Security should be kept its own agency.
The group says employment security was created to be neutral to help employers and laborers during bill negotiations. Now, the groups say that they look forward to working with Governor Pritzker to come up with a solution and avoid any negative impacts. Jennifer?
All right. Thank you so much.
The Illini might not be in the top 25 anymore, but there is some exciting news for the team. We are introducing you to the man playing point guard next season.
And also tonight.
And just because his life was short doesn't mean it didn't matter.
They spent just 5 short days with their newborn. How they're trying to make sure other parents going through the same thing can take in every moment.
Rain continues here tonight. Let's recap today, 37 and 30. Hey, 3 years ago, it was 70 degrees on this day. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? All right, not the case here tonight. When will the rain end? We'll look at the patchy fog. Now, the rest of the week actually looks pretty calm. Coming up.